but I'd rather listen to a hip hop, a hip hop, you know, style record.
Is it a hip hop?
Yeah, I'd rather listen to that shit.
That's what when you try to bring. You ever try to talk to somebody like 23 years old about music, and you bring up somebody
like Nas from.
You bring up like Cormega or Cannabis or some shit, and they think you're really talking about. Is it a hip hop?
I hate how political everything has gotten. You can't say shit no more, bro. You could go online. Yo, I'm watching Planet Earth. I love the seals. Oh, this guy likes Earth. Oh, you believe in climate change, huh? Like, yo,
motherfuckers are trying, bro, with everything.
With everything.
Yo, I was watching a documentary on horses. Oh, well, that documentary was produced by the Blanchard Company. If you don't know them, the Blanchard Company is responsible for 80% of the downfall of the rainforest in the Amazon, and they actually endorsed Donald Trump. So you're pretty much supporting terrorism. You're like, yo, bro, like.
Motherfuckers act like I be watching like a nature documentary. Like, why is the white shark great, but the brown bear grizzly?
Death gotta be easy, cause life is hard. It'll leave you mentally, visually, and emotionally scarred.
It would, bro.
Where's that from?
I don't know. That's some Tupac shit.
No.
You know.
Yes, I can't think of it.
Death gotta be easy, cause life is hard. It'll leave you visibly, emotionally scarred. Some shit like that.
That shit sound like Pac, bro.
It's Tupac.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yo, this shit is just in my Rolodex. I don't remember. Death gotta be easy, cause life is hard.
Yeah, it's Tupac. Isn't that?
Let's see.
Or is either 50 Cent or Tupac?
It is 50. It is 50.
It's 50?
Yeah. Many men.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's
many men.
The way you were spinning it sounded
No,
like
it
fucking
sounded
Pac.
like
Life gotta be easy.
Yeah, you were doing shit
life
like
is hard.
You made that shit the Pac cadence.
You remember when Drake tried to use AI and be Pac?
Yeah, everybody.
The West Coast savior.
Yeah, everybody shitting
Drake,
on that.
I gotcha. West Coast savior.
You know he was in the booth doing that.
He said, "Yo, I'm gonna use the AI and it's gonna go crazy. The West Coast is gonna go crazy." They fucking hated that
Mad
motherfucker
Crips
for that.
like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Crips and Bloods ready to fucking come back out here, motherfucker. Yeah.
Life gotta be easy, cause that's gotta be easy. All right, what we doing today?
We're just rapping. Let's do.
It was rap battle. This is the rap battle episode.
Yeah.
Yo, what'd you do this weekend? Probably nothing. I don't know.
Damn, you're better. That was weak. You just drank that shit when he did that shit.
Hold on, let me get my phone.
You waiting for a verse?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Play that instrumental again?
Yeah, I'm gonna get him.
Play that instrumental. I'm gonna get him.
That shit is embarrassing.
You know I'm gonna get him. Remember that shit with
the funny one is
cannabis.
I
diss. You win. You win. I got 3 million rhymes in this book.
The funniest shit.
Can I spit my shit?
What was that?
Can I spit my shit?
I don't remember that.
He was getting fucking destroyed in a battle by Disaster, and he really couldn't battle, and he had to take out his notebook in front of like thousands of people. He took out his notebook, cannabis. He was like, "I Diz, you win." It's like some movie shit.
Yeah.
It was like a Family Matters moment. You know what I'm saying? Like the moment where the bully learns the lesson or something.
Yeah.
I Diz, you win.
The funniest shit ever is the shit with the game. When he's like, he used the same freestyle. And they're like, yeah, so we're going to give you like something to speak about. And let's see you go off the top. And then, they're like, yeah, this is talking about the political climate. He's like, yeah, political climate. Red Rose Right ceiling. Yo, so that's nothing to do. nothing to do
Shit
with
got
that.
nothing to do with politics, pop.
Bro, that shit is funny, bro. Like, yo, you want to battle with some like young dudes? Some young dude goes, man. He goes, all right, let me see if I got something, you know.
Red Rose Rice.
Red Rose Rice. Yo, that shit is fucking funny, bro.
You seen the compilation they made? It's like 90 fucking...
That's what I was saying. That shit is fucking
It's like 90
hilarious.
of them same shits.
That shit is fucking funny. Yo, people, the internet does not fucking forget, bro.
Yeah, I mean, the shit is just... I don't know, man. I don't watch, like, battle rap like that no more. But the shit I notice is that the internet just be fucking everything up sometimes. Because, like, now you got people who could just kind of... You see the same shit in hardcore. Like, you hear a lot of people talking about that shit in hardcore. Like, you see singers go on stage and they'll be like, yo, you gotta be here to be a part of this. Like, you can't just go on the internet and fucking... Yeah. You know, act like you're... Because that's what happens now. Think about that shit. You see people you've never seen at a show, which is fine. It means the shit's growing. But it's like cats wearing shit that they... Like... Madball shirts from like 88.
Yeah, we've talked about this a lot. It's poser shit.
Yeah, that's corny.
It's like, yo, it's always been corny. Like,
I didn't do that. I didn't even rock merch for like the first 7 years of my fucking hardcore fucking
the lifestyle.
Yeah, my hardcore apprenticeship.
You got a
hardcore people act like they got a pension. This shit. Oh man, I've been going to shows since '88. Man, I'm about to retire next year. Man, I retire, I get 70% of all my, my bar benefits.
You get fucking.
Yeah,
I get Pabst Blue Ribbon at half off.
If I go to two more shows, if I go to two shows for 2 more years, man, they let me in all over the city for free, man. It's an amazing thing,
Yeah, I still go to CBGBs.
You go anywhere you want, you give your card, you show your card, you say, yo, do your car call. 34-year veteran, man, they let you right in, man.
Dude, that's a long time to be going to shit, though,
Nah, that's a long time. It's crazy, though, because nobody ever thinks it's going to be that long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just kind of, 30 years past shit. I could just start talking about this now.
I mean, dude, do you think about how long, what was our first shows? That was like, our first shows ever, I think I was like 13.
Yeah.
So, dude, that's fucking 25 years already.
Yeah.
We're those guys. Yo, we've been, yeah, what's up, guys?
Yeah, everybody thinks I'm making fun of someone else. I'm just making fun of us.
Yeah. But I can't consider myself like being into the scene or nothing,
Yeah,
it's like I respect. I still listen to bands and shit. But,
yeah.
But it's obviously always a young man's game, a young woman's game,
Yeah. It's definitely it's just a lot going on in that shit. There's mad bands popping off, man. There's always some new groups.
It's cool to see people playing instruments.
New groups.
I think that's like a cool shit. Like, still playing instruments. Because, like, technology took over that shit too. Mm-hmm. And to see kids still wanting to, like, actually learn drums or guitars and shit.
Yeah.
It's way better now.
Yeah. Yeah, the worlds collide too. It's a lot of cool, like, everybody knows each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the worlds of, like, fucking hip-hop, hardcore, all that shit just kind of...
I feel like wrestling, all that shit.
Yeah, all that shit is, like, one thing.
Well, yeah. It's one subculture.
Yeah.
That everybody kind of, like,
everybody, you see people get together that, like, you would never think cross paths.
Yeah.
Before them shits was crazy separate. Like, you could never talk to somebody from, like, Douglas or some shit or the Upper West about a hardcore show downtown or in Brooklyn.
Yeah, that shit was
had nothing to do with each other.
They wouldn't even... Now I see, like... it's funny. I saw this comedian I know post up a clip of him watching, like, kind of a reaction to, like... I think it was actually FYA, where you were at, Matt. I want to say it was that festival. Or it could have been another festival.
It was probably FYA, yeah.
Yeah, but it was recently, and it's a straight comedian, has nothing to do with it. He's just looking at everybody mosh. And I was like, yeah, this one, he don't know what the fuck that means. What moshing is. It still looks stupid as fuck to people that don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy to see, like, the evolution of that. Like, now you have content creators who are, like, calling out people who, like, mosh hard or do crowd killing.
Oh, really?
Crowd killing. You know what I mean? Shit like that. There's people who go online. There's, like, I've come across creators who talk about that kind of scene shit now. And it's like, damn, we're there.
Yeah, that shit is just... everywhere now.
Yeah, that shit is like it's a main topic. But it's crazy. I mean, it's cool to see it's still alive and shit.
Yeah, for fucking. I think it'll just continue to grow, you know, and there'll always be good and bad bands. I like how sound keeps coming back around. I keep hearing bands that kind of sound like when we were younger.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, they kind of. I mean, there's bands that sound similar to the stuff we used to listen to, and then there's like the Warship bands.
yeah,
That sound like fucking carbon copies. I don't even remember those bands' names half the time. Like, not no smug shit. Just it's hard to keep track. There's a lot of bands.
yeah. I remember when I heard that band. What is it? Balmora? I forgot how to pronounce that shit. I think it's Balmora. Yeah. When those guys sound like As I Lay Dying, early 2000s, like straight rifles at recess, metalcore.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, this is exactly. And then now it's so clean to understand, because like those bands back then, they were all everybody was still experimenting with the sound.
Yeah.
So you don't know. Of course, you get things that don't work.
I mean, it's cool to just see that
Now you do.
certain things have to change in order for people to get a more open mind. Because I remember back in the day, those types of bands, like metalcore bands or more metal leaning bands, half the time there was a certain show or a certain bill.
Yeah.
Like, you had like a lot of Trustkill and Ferret bands that played lineups together. So you had like the Bleeding Throughs and Dice Todays and Throwdowns and fucking, All Else Failed, The Life Once Lost, all these crazy showcases of bands together. And it didn't really mesh with the heavy, tough guy shit that we also fucked with.
Yeah.
Those bands weren't playing together all the time. Like,
no.
You saw it. Like, you could see Hatebreed play with, like, Indecision. And, it's just all that shit was once one thing anyway. It's like everybody, all these bands is like a crazy mix of lineups. But then it went away for a while.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like
I hated that era when it was like, when it wasn't mixed.
Yeah.
Like, when it just became, all right, you're going to see 6 beatdown bands.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Like,
it turned
like,
into like
or,
straight beatdown
just
shows,
emo bands, or just like, yo, mix them up.
Yeah, straight metal shows, and then you had like the bigger bands that went and blew up, like the After the Burials, Veil of Mayas, and they just fucking blew up and started playing like the crazy tours where it's like with metal bands.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it became like separate things a little bit, but now it's back to kind of like everything, because I mean we were at all those metalcore shows,
dude,
and you did not see certain crowds at those shows.
Nah, people were just not aware of it.
The only time you saw certain people at certain shows is if the lineup's mixed. You know what I'm saying? Like if you had a certain band that was playing a bill and they were kind of like the band you wouldn't normally see on that bill, then it would draw a certain crowd and you'd have a mix. But for the most part, it wasn't. I still see bands now that are blowing up again, like from that era, like Martyr AD, or I'm just picking names. But you see when they come around to a reunion or whatever, like they did a few years ago, it's like the talk of the town.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of fucking people who like weren't going to those shows back then because it was just different lineups. Like they didn't really necessarily might have not gotten into them yet or something like that, So it's just like now it's a lot of converging.
Yeah, which is good because now you can pick it up. It's kind of like how we were listening to music. You remember like finding mp3.com and shit?
Uh-huh.
Now it's so easily accessible.
Yeah.
And you could actually like, it's way more. We used to have to wait hours to download a demo.
Yeah.
And then burn it on a CD another few hours.
Yeah.
Take that shit to listen to some band. And sometimes we didn't even know what we were downloading.
Yeah.
It would just be in a folder.
You knew one song probably from like mp3.com or Glamgoat or something like that. But then you went into a folder on SoSeek and you saw the whole EP.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, they got
it turns out
this
to be
motherfucker
good.
got the whole thing.
Yeah.
And you just rip the whole shit and you're like, oh, it was either good or trash.
Yeah. You find the ones like, oh, they got the one track.
What about, nobody's ever done like the one-hit wonders of like hardcore, right? Or metalcore?
Oh, there's so many of them, bro.
Yeah.
That people just got that one song and their whole fan base is off that one song.
Yeah.
Like,
who the fuck? Like,
I don't want to share that people, but there's a ton of them.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's like, fucking every band that had one big song.
I think one-hit wonders in hardcore means something different.
Yeah.
It probably gets a different meaning and shit. Like, oh, the one song that drew everybody.
Yeah.
That's kind of like where I'm, because bands rare like back then, especially.
Unearth with Endless.
Yeah.
That drew everybody.
Yo, not for nothing, but that song, My Heart Bleeds No Longer.
Yeah. That's a dope track.
That's a good opener.
Yeah.
For an album.
You know what I was listening to just yesterday? Living Sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know what's the name of that? Oh, how could I forget the name of it? But with that like conga beginning.
Yeah.
That shit's that shit is
tribal as fuck.
Yo, dude, that shit is that shit make you want to go.
Yeah.
That shit make you want to fucking dance, bro.
Yeah,
that shit make you catch the spirit, bro. But yeah, fucking. Speaking of like old shows, Rich Hall passed away.
Yeah, man, that's sad. Rest in peace, Rich Hall.
Rest in peace.
Like I said on Facebook, man, we weren't his favorite people in the world.
No,
because back then we were just wilding out at shows. We weren't really like, we just got into it, and that's because back then there was some mix. Again, it was like them shows where the lineups were so like mixed up that sometimes you had kids who were wilding out at shows or dancing a certain way.
Yeah, I mean that was just the culture of it, you know.
Yeah,
like yeah, we were just, and we were also young and dumb, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole, bro. That's the whole scene.
Yeah,
the shit is still like that. You know what I mean?
People try to blame just certain times or pockets for things. It's like, nah.
Yeah, like get out of here with that shit, man.
You're
not gonna trick me into that one.
Yeah,
like come on, that shit. You think we just got that out of nowhere? Yeah, we made that up now. Yeah. Like either you're giving us credit for wilding out and starting it, or we're just keeping it up.
Yeah, that's just always what it was simple. In New York.
Yeah, like you could track DVDs and fucking all them guerrilla warfare fucking videos from back in the day where that's all it was.
It was like you said though, like even though we were wilding out at the shows, they always let us back, you know.
Oh yeah,
you can see some. I can imagine some pricks that get these young kids out of here, like you know.
Yeah, nah. You know, he always let us back. We were young, we were just bugging out, man, and then. It was just a very hectic, it was a hectic time.
Yeah.
Like all the shows got like that. There were plenty of situations I wasn't involved in.
Yeah, what?
Real motherfuckers getting stabbed and shit at shows and like all types of shit. Like
insanity. We
didn't have nothing to do with that. I didn't hear no one say nothing about it. It's like it just happens and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Fucking, I always try to remember because like, was it all Thousand Knives that was doing like the fest? Like
I'm not sure. I know Jesse from Purity and Diami.
Yeah, they put together.
I'm pretty sure they might have had a hand in putting together some shows or lineups. Rich Hall, Thousand Knives, like the Hall Fest.
Yeah, Hall Fest,
which was just like like shit's crazy. Hall Fest, like that's a smart ass name. But. They had all the touring bands who were on their way to go play Hellfest or who were already on tour for the summer. He'd get those crazy packages of like Trustkill bands, and it was always dope.
Dude, like I remember he brought Curl Up and Die. They had a song about him, right? Like Rich Hall, runner up in the Carson Daly lookalike contest.
Yeah, they did have a song about him.
Yeah, it was a good track. But yeah, he brought. I remember seeing like. Did he do a Lamb of God show? I know he brought a lot of the bands that, if you think about it, like the lineups is nuts that we got to see at CBGB. So.
Yeah, like they need to do something, like come up with like a memorial book or something for him, where there's just like a digest or something of all the like with every flyer. Because I know he had all them shits.
Yeah.
Like if they scan every flyer he ever did and put that shit into a book and tell his story. That would be sick.
And I know these bands that he got, like some of them went on to be, gigantic. These guys have to remember playing there. Because the CBGBs, shit is gone.
Yeah, CBGBs is always gone. And I mean, a lot of those bands were returning bands. It's like rarely did a band come through CBs once and just never come back.
Yeah, they got to play.
Out of state, sure. But if you were like Poughkeepsie, Syracuse in the New York region or like Tri-State, you played multiple times at CBs, and he had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, how many times we saw a BT Bam at CBGBs?
I think at least
two or three times.
Yeah.
Lamb of God once.
Yeah, and seeing Poison the Well there, Hope Khan, Candiria, Haste the Day,
Thursday played there.
Thursday on Earth.
Yeah.
Uh,
Shit, a lot of other bands. Marty AD
Dead
from
to
a Second
Fall,
Story Window.
Misery Signals.
Yeah.
Taken.
Yeah, Taken. I forgot about that.
Seen Taken.
Dude, Boys Night Out.
Boys Night Out. Fucking. It's so many people. It's so many bands. Like, some of them, I'm just completely drawing blanks.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a lot of. That place was every weekend was a show.
Yeah,
for years.
always the matinees.
Every weekend, all year round, though. Like, that's crazy to think about.
There's no. I mean, what's the spot now for like venues and shit in New York? Like, what's the main venue? They closed down the other one.
Which one?
What's that spot in Brooklyn they closed, Matt?
You
know what I'm talking about? It was recently. You know what I'm talking about.
They still throw shows.
Oh, St. Vitus.
Yeah, St. Vitus. That was gone now. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm not sure what other. I mean, Brooklyn has a lot of. I see Brooklyn Monarch a lot, and
oh yeah, Brooklyn Monarch is actually a dope spot. I like.
Yeah,
that
there's
spot.
There's a lot. It's just It's weird, man. Like, I wish we would have held on, but New York is fucked with that kind of stuff. That's where the gentrification shit hits everybody. Because, I mean, the rent, bro. Like, CB's rent went so crazy because the Lower East Side became, like, a fucking crazy hotspot.
The posh spot.
Yeah,
like,
it became...
it's so hot down here.
Yeah, but when CB's was first fucking made, or when it first was bought, you know, and became what it was, that shit was not the area to be in.
Yeah, it was dangerous down there.
You know what I'm saying? It was, like, the last spot you wanted to be, so it made sense. Like... Going down to the Bowery was like
24 hours ago.
I wanna be some
motherfuckers outside get with the butterfly knives and shit.
Yeah, give me your money, punk. Like real.
Come here.
Real King of New York. That train scene on King of New York. That shit was New York like every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, that back then it was different. Like it was easy to fucking pay that rent and do all that, but. As the years go by, early 2000s, that area became, all those bars started popping up, and it became all those new residential buildings started going up, and shit started getting torn down. That rent got to be crazy.
Oh, now?
Yeah. And I know there were other factors.
I don't even think the John Varvatos is still there, right? Maybe.
No, it's still there.
That's the main hub. That's the main store.
Yeah, it's still there.
But I know that company's even going downhill. So they're probably going to get some other companies that are coming.
You're paying like $50,000 rent to sell like $400 jeans twice a month.
Yeah,
the shit ain't gonna. I don't, yo, bro. I have the worst for certain shit. I could be like I could have a brain about certain shit, like really, really home in and think about it and be like, oh, I see how that makes sense. I don't know how stores make business like that.
Yeah.
Like, that store, I'd never been in there. Like, I've been in there before, and I've never been in there.
Online sales, probably.
I've never seen more than, like, 3 motherfuckers in that store. When I've gone there.
The next person that buys them out is going to have, like, a jeans section in front of the CB section. So it's going to keep being memorialized.
Yeah. That shit is really, like... bugged out to watch because you know what that space was. So you go in there, it still has some of the old walls and stuff.
You hear the ghost of the toilets past. I wonder if they probably use the same plumbing from that disgusting toilet in that business.
Probably.
And they just be shitting in there with mad dudes in heroin.
They probably kept the toilet. The toilet's the same.
Some dude in some fucking corny outfit right now. It's like, I'm gonna take a break real quick and go to the drug den bathroom, bro.
I wonder if you spent the night at John Varvatos if you hear crazy shit. Like, you just hear guitars faintly.
Yeah, just Joey Ramone and shit.
Hi, my name's Joey. Wait, they were British. Dudes just from the LES. Hey, my name's Joey.
Hey, I'm Joe.
Hi, my name's Joey.
And you just, what's up, everybody? You hear Bad Brains.
Hello, New York City. We're the Ramones.
You hear, like, what the fuck? You wake up in cold sweats to drums, to feedback.
Yeah, nah, that spot was the shit though. But he did dope things, man.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
Sucks.
Rich Hall, bro. That's our childhood right there.
Yeah.
If you really like, yeah, that was our formative teen years.
Yeah, we were going to all those shows and fucking kicking it. Met mad people, and I mean, it was kind of gone a long time. Like that era was it was long gone.
Yeah.
But to know that the person behind it is just, that's terrible.
That's like the reality of life.
Yeah, man.
It's kind of spooky, man.
Yeah.
How do you think about music now? You ever think about playing still, or like picking up drums? Like, you ever get that itch?
Sometimes, but it's just like that shit goes away so quick. That shit goes away so quick.
You blow off the dust off a stick.
Yeah, there's times where I'm like,
I'm gonna put it back, bro.
Lay the cymbals down on the door at the front, like, yeah, I'm not gonna forget this week. I'm gonna definitely practice. You know what I'm saying? Put the sticks down and get mad energy, and then you look at the time and you're like, damn, I gotta take the train down there. By the time I get down there, it's like 4.
You never invested in like
I'm gonna practice
You never
for 2
invested
hours.
in an electrical drum set though.
Nah,
Like
because you need an ill one, and them shits are really expensive. Like,
Yeah?
I don't want the joints that like you hit it and you don't hear no sound. Like you hit on like you have to hit in a certain part of the fucking electronic pad.
I'm pretty sure you get a fly one now for cheaper.
Well,
than
now,
it was.
but I don't care now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be in a fucking band now, so it don't even matter. Back in the day, it would have definitely made more sense, but that shit was more expensive back then too.
Yeah.
Like, now they're just everywhere. But
I don't know. I feel like if that's something I could do, I would still want to like try out like to do the talent. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's something that a lot of people can't do. I can't do that shit. I can't play drums for shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's just,
if I could be a drummer, I could be just the hands. Level.
Get another dude handling the feet.
Yeah. Somebody else do it.
Today on the hand drums, we got Mario Benitez.
I could totally do some of the hands.
Handling the feet. We got Jose Ortiz in a collaborative effort to play the drums.
Just kill it.
Yeah, that it's dope. It's just, it's not fun when you're not really. Like, I'm not one of them drummers that could just play by himself and, like, make that shit sound cool.
Yeah, because you come from making music with people.
You know, the dudes that just jump into solos?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like the wackest dude at that. I'm never going to, this shit's going to sound like crud. You're going to be like, oh, look, he's just fucking around. Like, I'll sound like someone who's just learning how to play. I'm used to just writing shit. Like, I can write stuff and, like, play through, but...
Would you ever would you be down to play a show these days?
Probably, yeah. It has to be, I'm not that complicated, bro. I'm down to play a show and if I know what we're doing. But other than that, like, to sit down and, like, really just write and, like, nobody got time for that shit.
Yeah.
You got to send me songs and I'll just play to them because I'm not putting no mind to that shit, bro.
Yeah, it's so out of our, like...
Yeah.
Out of everything we do.
Like,
I mean, that was always the cool thing about being a singer. I gotta do everything. I just come, I come last minute.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe why don't you try this transition? That sounds cool.
Yeah, no, that shit. Like, it's fire when you get the energy to go do it and shit and, like, go to the studio and jam. But then once you're, like, 20 minutes in, you're like, damn, we don't got an album yet? Mad impatient. It's not impatient. It's just like, like,
It's work.
For me, it's more like, is this shit really going to happen? Like, no, I don't want to waste my time. Like, I don't want to even come up with nothing halfway decent and then just leave that shit on the table.
That gets done a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Me, I see my shit through. That's all I know. Like, if I want to make something now, I'll make it and it comes out. And I put it out, I'll do what I want, and that's it. That's the good part about that, where I could just control what I do and put it out when I want. If I don't put it out, it's because of myself, not because of someone else.
I just saw, I think it was, dude, was it Jazzy Jeff? That's mad random. But I think I just saw like a interview with him, and he was talking about the idea of like, if you have like something creatively, like create it.
Yeah.
Like see it through, no matter how you got to work it out. Because if you got that passion and you got that vigor to create, like, leave yourself empty.
Right.
Like, don't go to the grave with an idea, or like, because you'll never be. You got to just execute.
Yeah.
And see where it lands.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, with music is different because you like imagine me just writing. That shit will just be nothing but noise, nothing but drums.
Yeah.
Like you just hear nothing but fucking drums. You need a guitarist. You know what I'm saying? You need someone who's writing with you, someone who's gonna be there to be able to jam and like have the same ideas and shit, or like collaborate. You know, that's definitely the way to go about it. But if you're a guitarist, I think it's easier because you could just go program drums.
That's true too.
A drummer who doesn't know how to play guitar can't do shit.
But I'm sure you could lay down like an idea for drumming, and then maybe have somebody.
No, of course, but it ain't gonna
right?
ever be a guitarist coming out and giving you like you know what the fuck's going on drums.
Yeah.
Like you got to be a cornball to like make that complicated, right? But a drummer doing that on drums, that guitarist could do so many things.
Yeah, you could.
That he could just have no idea what the fuck you're doing or what you're going for, what sound you want, because the drums change so many. Like, all right, you could do the same thing on drums, but the guitars make it sound completely different.
Yeah.
Like pattern wise, if you're doing hardcore or whatever, it's very straightforward. You know what I mean? If you're doing certain types of sounds, that shit is very straightforward. It's like the same shit over and over again. No matter how complicated people want to make that shit sound, it's like 99% of the bands you hear is like the same fucking approach.
I think everything is just
recycled. That's what it's supposed. Certain things are supposed to be that way, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's rare that you're gonna hear someone introduce a song with a build up and not go into like where they're supposed to go.
Bro, you know, if you think about the whole idea of thrash metal, like how many riffs are the same?
Yeah.
Like everybody's going digga 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 digga.
Exactly. Like I can't even do it. Like
dude, every. And then you know you freak it with kind of like but yeah, but that all that shit. So
it's all variations, you know.
Total variation, and I think that's a interesting point we've reached. I don't think anything, and I know we've spoken about it before, but I don't think. It's hard to be original now. If you try to do something original, it's gonna sound fucking weird.
Yeah, I don't. You know what I think? I think it's not originality is one thing, but it's also just structure.
Yeah.
Just the way you write a song or whatever. Like there's little mixes. I still hear people don't do. Like there's little sounds and combinations of shit you could do that'll give a vibe, and then like next thing you know, mad people are doing it.
Yeah.
Because that shit catches fire, then you know you got something good in your hands when everyone starts replicating the shit.
I know somebody who understands music theory could break that shit down, but I guess there is like a pattern to it all. Things that make sense, things that flow, notes that go together, you know?
Yeah.
Like isn't it like even with singing, like wasn't it all just a do, re, mi, fa, so like those are all the notes.
Yeah.
So like you build everything from there.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like, it's almost like math. Like, there's a subset of rules that you could play with, but I feel like all the rules have almost been figured out. I don't think you can't.
That's the good thing, though. You're supposed to go off the rails. Like, a lot of, like, it's just that not all combinations of shit work.
Yeah.
Like, there are some people who hit it on the head and know how to, like, the mesh of sounds just happen to be exactly what it needs to be. People know how to structure it. Then there's other people who just fucking piece together fucking parts, fucking garbage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, oh, this part is good, and we're gonna put this other good part.
Yeah, like.
But how do you
get to the
parts? I don't give a fuck,
bro. Like, I don't care about. I don't know how motherfuckers feel about that. That shit's like you could tell when a band is whack.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck we gonna act like every band is fire? Like, I'm not trying to act like my band was the illest band in the world. It's just some bands are whack. If you say my band is whack, cool. You think my band is whack. Like, I think a lot of bands are whack when it comes to certain shit. You notice a lot of bands, you don't really see them singing the words. It's just people jumping off. Like, they know how to react to the music or how it's supposed to be reacted to, but there ain't really no passion to go up there and really be singing lyrics and bring that type of energy. Like, you can see the difference.
They're like real performance artists.
Yeah.
There is a difference to that.
Yeah. That shit is kind of like, it's I don't know. Like, there are just, there's a lot of bands who aren't good at that shit. You know what I mean? A lot of bands just ride away.
Let's name them. Yo, Fatality, you suck. This is our band. Just shit on ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's not everybody's meant to be doing that shit.
Yeah, it's still hard to be actually.
That's like
put together.
saying every rapper was fire. Like that's not true. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of shitty bands.
It's also interesting how like it's easier to get into something now.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's more acceptable.
Yeah.
And people are still making bad stuff for it being more accepted.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? The quality like in hip hop to me. How many
like the
artists,
bar's been lowered, right?
The bar's been lowered ridiculously. You don't gotta be a fucking
yeah.
Nas.
That's some whack shit.
You don't gotta be no Nas. You don't gotta be no Jay-Z. You know, and you could get into like millionaire status with it, and you still making bad shit.
Yeah, like we already accept. Like people already accept that you're whack. Why you gotta go whacker?
Yeah, like it just like no respect. Yo, dude, I'm telling you, the populace that of
I fucking hate a lot of these new rappers, bro. I fucking can't stand these any motherfucker with Lil in his name. Half the time is a fucking moron, bro.
Yeah, you sound like an old head unk.
Nah, man, hey, call me unk, call me whatever. That shit is corny. It's bad. Like motherfuckers be on trash.
Yeah, you should drop that, bro. You should drop that.
That shit is whack, bro. Like that, I don't even know what's going on. Mumble rap was the term before. Now that shit is just off the rails. You can't even use that shit no more.
You know what I noticed that on the radio that like, everything's reversed now. Like all the guys are sad. And all the girls are like, "Yo, suck my pussy." It's like yo, girls are making it rain on dudes, and dudes now are just out here like,
"Why you hurt me?"
Yeah, like emo rap and shit. Like, come on, bro.
You took my heart, tore me in half.
That's like that's the poppin' shit. Like, come on, man.
Took my heart and tore me in half.
You broke my heart.
Now I'm about to send a bag.
And you took my stash.
Stupid. Yeah. That shit is
fucking terrible, bro. You can call me whatever the fuck you want, but I'd rather listen to a hip hop, a hip hop. You know, style record.
Is it a hip hop?
Yeah, I'd rather listen to that shit.
That's what when you try to bring. You ever try to talk to somebody like 23 years old about music, and you bring up somebody
like Nas from
you bring up like Cormega or Cannabis or some shit, and they think you're really talking about I said a hip hop.
That's what it sounds like to them, bro.
They think you're talking about some 80s shit. I said this here is not a test.
Yeah, that's what they really think, bro.
You gotta have the movement. I'm rapping to the beat. They think that's what you're talking about. I was like, yo, this shit is.
Yo, you show them fucking Easy-E. That's like
easier said than done. Oh, get this bullshit out of here.
Yeah, bro. And I'm like, yo, this is the real deal shit, bro.
This is you don't understand.
It's the
it is kind of hard to like think about that though. Like these beats and like how far.
Oh no, I get it. Kanye West production and shit, like.
Yeah, it's hard to put on like.
To go back to just some like.
Yeah, it's hard to put on an old instrumental. You could immediately tell.
Like, dude, I could imagine people hearing like "Give Me the Loot" by Biggie, which I think is one of the rawest. Just that drumming, that shit is heavy, bro. Mm-hmm. But you put that onto it, it sounds like some.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. People like I see it a lot now. You see a lot of channels on YouTube like first time hearing Big L, and they're reacting to it. But it's like you're gonna have to react to it that way.
Yeah, and they be surprised, like, wow, he's really saying stuff. Like, yeah.
I avoid those videos, though, because I know it's bullshit. Like, you're not listening to this for the first time, probably. That's number one. Number two, like, why do I give a fuck that you're reacting that way when you review nothing but ass all day? Like, you don't like that shit.
But you can't deny when you hear it, because, yo, you had to really be good back then.
Yeah.
You had to really be saying something, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a different climate now. I think that's music across the board.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the fuck. Like, I tried to find, like, salsa groups and shit the other day. And I I kept finding like some real jabroni ass motherfuckers. Like I kept finding some real candy ass like dudes who was just, it was like overproduced whack shit that sounds like it's trying to really hard to mimic like old school shit like Miles Peña and Victor Manuel and Tito Rojas. Like the instrumentation sounds very similar to those groups, but the singers would be like carbon copies. I came across somebody the other day and I was like, yo, what the this shit came out like in 2022, but it's like I never heard of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, and you could tell that it's not really like as big as it could be probably, because the numbers, you could tell like they're just not getting the same type of hits as like, let's say like super artists like Mark Anthony and Bad Bunny and shit. But the shit is still coming out and it's like, the fuck is this, bro? The shit is like, it's almost like a parody and shit. So I don't know if maybe there are some, I don't know, maybe, I don't know of no new artists like back in the day.
The only artist that I know that's like local that I saw do like salsa and like Spanish music and like kill it was Afro Dominicano.
Oh yeah, he told me.
And bro, that shit like, I was impressed. That shit made me dance. I also had like 6 beers in me, but that shit had me on the dance on a couple bad things. Like,
wanted to play dominoes.
That shit had the little straw hat. Oye, papi.
Yeah.
Esta canción está bueno.
Baila conmigo.
Mira, mami.
Yeah, nah, that shit is very. Music is at a. There's a lot of ill shit, and then there's just a lot of whack shit. You need the balance, bro.
Yo, have you been dealing with like, I mean, I guess it's not a crossroads, but I feel like everybody's just angry right now, bro. Like, have you dealt like with? I don't know if it's the political climate or what it really is, but everybody's like insane. Have you seen arguments online and shit? The whole
everything turns
people beefing with Donald Trump and all this shit.
Yeah, like I don't know, this shit is goofy to me.
I've had people like come on comments and shit to try to say things. I don't even read it, bro. I'm like, I'm not gonna just come. I know disrespect, but I'm not gonna argue.
People always want to try to bring you into a political climate, a political conversation. It's like, bro, I don't know if you realize this, but let's get into the nook and crannies of this. I'm just an ignorant dude from the hood, bro. I didn't grow up giving a fuck about politics. That's most people. I grew up worrying about working, getting bread, not getting into fights, like real shit. I had no time to worry. Like now, like being a teenager right now, gotta be so trash.
Bro, teenagers be like contemplating the war in the Middle East. I'm like, yo,
like, bro, I was trying to eat pizza and go play ball.
Yeah, and fucking holla at chicks, like
kick it. Like, what you doing, bro? You wasting you like. There, I get it. There's a lot of important shit that got to be addressed, but bro, there was an age bracket for that, bah.
Yeah, but I feel like sometimes like the adults act like little kids, and the little kids do act like adults sometimes. Yeah, and it's like, yo, what's going the fuck on? Like, dude, and the whole shit. I hate how political everything has gotten. You can't say shit no more, bro. You could go on like, yo, I'm watching Planet Earth. I love the seals. Oh, this guy likes Earth. Oh, you believe in climate change, huh? Like, yo,
motherfuckers are trying, bro, with everything. Yo, I was watching a documentary on horses. Oh, well, that documentary was produced by the Blanchard Company. If you don't know them, the Blanchard Company is responsible for 80% of the downfall of the rainforest in the Amazon, and they actually endorsed Donald Trump. So you're pretty much supporting terrorism. You're like, yo, bro, like.
Motherfuckers act like I be watching like a nature documentary. Like, why is the white shark great, but the brown bear grizzly?
You ever wonder why they call the shark, the most dangerous shark, the great white?
This is a white man's agenda.
That's because white people came from the ocean. They're a water people.
Yeah, you think they're lizards? No, they are fish. They are living in a flat water plane of existence.
When you get to the bottom of the water, that's where the earth really is. This is hell.
You gotta break through to the crust. to eat the fucking pizza.
No, this shit is. I don't know, man.
Yeah, people are fucking losing their mind. I'm losing my mind. Yo, dude, I want to go to the fucking jungle, bro, or some shit. I need to get away.
Everything turns into something, bro, on the online. Like, everything. You can have something that has nothing to do with politics, and the shit will be, like, ridiculous.
Bro, just annoying. It's in everything. Sports, games. Oh, what? I don't want to play this game because of DEI. Shut the fuck up.
People literally will go into my videos not knowing that the shit's from, like, 30, 40 years ago, and they'll leave a comment without even watching the video. Like, a guy left a comment on a video the other day. He says, Biden's America. The shit's about something that happened to a woman in 88. I was like, you mean Reagan?
Yeah.
You motherfucker ain't even alive anymore.
you mean George Washington Carver or something?
What are you talking about, bro?
The 1700s and shit.
Like, people are, and then like people are goofy as fuck, man. You could get dragged into a fight every day if you let yourself.
Yeah, dude. And then in your reality, if you just turn everything off, it's pretty quiet.
Yeah, nah, it's true. It's just there's a sense of entitlement out there, also, man. You know, that's what it is. People just always feel the need, like, now that everybody has a fucking opinion, everybody just thinks that people give a shit.
Everybody needs more connection, too, you know what I mean? Like, whether it's, like close friendships or, like, just, like, a relationship and shit. You know, that shit settles you down somewhat.
Yeah, you need something to keep you away from being a fucking... If you really don't got much going on, you could easily fall into them rabbit holes.
Bad.
Like, there's cats that upload videos. Content creation is probably the biggest expression of that kind of shit now. Because you see nothing but creators who go on... Yo, there's people who post like 3-4 times a day on like political channels and shit like that.
Yeah, nonstop.
Like, insane. Like,
and they keep up with everything, and it's like it's so overwhelming.
And I give it to them. The reason for that is because a lot of times people make YouTube their main thing, but also it's the fact that these people have their setups. Like, they have a setup already where they could just go into a room and turn the lights on and just hit a switch and everything's on already. Yeah. So it's easy to sit there and like have your articles up and be like, all right, we're gonna talk about XYZ. That shit is cool that they could do that. Because that's like keeping people up to date. There's a lot of shit that content creators keep people up to date on that the news doesn't. You know, so that's kind of sick. But the part that's whack about it is now you're stuck with a bunch of people who think because they have a few thousand followers now, their opinion is like the shit.
You know what I also find interesting? Because like there's this whole like for years coming, it's been a backlash of the idea of who oversees the bias within like news networks and information, right? There's always like, Rupert Murdoch with Fox and shit like that. And like these different people who were at the top of these companies that you kind of got to run with the way they want it somewhat. So, if you're a conservative outlet, you get more conservative. If you're more liberal, obviously you get more liberal. But now what was always, the anti that, so to say, was the internet and
now the internet has just become,
and now the internet is just owned by all these big conglomerates and companies. It's just new owners at the same level.
That's the thing, though. It ain't that. Like it is that, but there's creators that are so big that they don't even have to do that. Like they don't gotta side with anybody. Yeah, you know what I mean. They don't really have to go out of their way and like kiss anybody's ass. And that's kind of the point. A lot of times that shit is lost on people. Like, people forget. Like, they start doing stupid shit. Like, part of the illest shit about YouTube is that you can be an independent creator. Yeah. Now you got motherfuckers who are like...
And there's routes to earn if you get a big enough audience. There's routes to make a living doing it, right? Not directly tied to too many other entities,
right? I mean, like Channel 5 News. Channel 5 covers a lot of random shit, like hardcore shows, and not Fox 5, Channel 5 with my man Andrew Callahan. Yeah, right. So those dudes do funny content. They do a lot of serious shit too. They do the the migrant crisis. They do politics. They go to rallies and they get people's fucking goofy ass reactions to stuff on both sides, so that kind of shit is important, I think. But then you have people who I don't know what it is with motherfuckers, bro. Like it'll be like one person, like a person with a name who thinks that they're like this political front, like this political movement and shit, and they're just one entity, and then they'll start moving like a network. You know what I'm saying? Like now you're hiring people, you're hiring writers, you're hiring editors. Like you're getting too fucking out of like stop. That's corny. Like now you're just like that's corny.
You just become.
There's nothing wrong with being organized, but now you're talking of now you're making it like I've seen mad content creators crash and burn, bro, and it's always some stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not playing their editors. They got beef with their writers. Oh, she doesn't write her own stories. I'm the one that's behind this. I did this and I did this for her. And there's like crazy lawsuits and shit going on in that world of content creation. Shit happens a lot. Like people fucking each other up, and I'm like, bro, you're a content creator, and you're just hiring motherfuckers. Like that's not a real business. You know what I'm saying? Like depending on how big your chat, I've seen chat people with less subscribers than me doing that shit. And I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, why are you outsourcing the fuck? The whole point is that you can do it for yourself and like grow your shit, put it toward your stuff. Now you're beefing with like a bunch of editors and random people.
It's bringing in more noise.
Yeah, and now bro, I'm telling you, there's channels that have like lost crazy amount of subs, crazy amount of shit just dealing with that kind of stuff. Too many fucking people in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Too many fucking chiefs, not enough Indians. So to say. Yeah, you know what? The biggest thing that been pissing me off in like stand up in the comedy world and podcasting and everything is like the ass kissing of power, bro.
Yeah.
Like seeing like all these comedians at the inauguration, and I get it, you go because it is the president of the United States, but like, bro, that shit is corny as fuck to me. That like, there's no, but like, of course, there's people talking back to it, but if you obviously playing a role in it, even if you try to say, oh, I'm not being political by giving platforms to these people, you know, especially if you let them come on and spew whatever they want. Whether it's leftist ideas or right idea, or more conservative right ideas.
Yeah.
No matter what, if I let you come on and you say, just nonstop, everything for the left, there's other truths to it. Like, oh, what about freedom of speech? What about this? That? And then vice versa. It's like, it's fucking annoying to see like these people. I always thought of like comedy, and maybe it's a twisted. It's not. The whole thing is to entertain and to like speak to people. And for like expression, which it really is, but you're being conduits to it, like in the vein of like fucking George Carlin and the ones that set it up. That's what I'm saying.
It got too serious. That's the internet plays a huge role in like how ill shit is and how cool it is, and it's always pros and cons because that's corny. Yeah, like comedy is comedy. It's supposed to be funny, and there's supposed to be no rules. Of course, you're not gonna say the most outlandish shit in the world for no reason. Like, it gotta land, and there's gotta be a reason behind it. But comedy is supposed to be comedy. The comedy you think back to, and the comedy that you always reference, right? If we think about Def Comedy Jam, Bad Boys of Comedy, Carlin is like one of the few who's political.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's because he had a whole... Wasn't he, like, in war and shit? Like
No. He just...
Or he came up in the war era, like the Vietnam era when he was starting...
He's just an aware dude.
Right, but it was the era. Yeah. Like, the era played a role in why he was talking about this shit. We don't got that type of era right now. Like, right now, it's a lot of other shit going on. But you have a lot of people who are trying to latch on to shit. And, like, kind of make themselves a part of something because it's all about views and, whatever. It sounds like the most regular shit and the most cliche shit in the world, but it's the truth. Like, before it wasn't like that. Like, comedy was comedy. Like, I never remember watching Def Jam, watching fucking Def Comedy Jam and being like, this shit is corny. Never in my life. I never thought, so, like, I'd never seen that. Like, I seen nothing but funny shit. From what I remember, it was always funny shit. It might not, maybe that guy was funnier than the next, but it's kind of like they had a hold on that shit. Like, yo, don't go up there talking, though. People want to come here and laugh.
Yeah.
People want to come here and have a good time. People don't want to hear this politics shit. People don't want to hear you talk about the same shit over and over again, man. Like, I get annoyed if I go to, there's a balance, bro. Like, there's like a demographic of comedy who does nothing but shit that's, like, Latino. You know, like
Yeah.
how many times have you heard the VIX joke? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, a
we
lot of
use
that
VIX
shit
for
is
everything.
it's called hack. You know, it's all hack shit. That's like whenever somebody's like,
I broke my leg. My grandmother put VIX on it. That's
it's hack
funny.
jokes.
VIX.
There's a lot of that shit, bro.
It's pretty funny.
But there's
VIX.
hack shit like the diabetic shit that I hear nonstop. Oh, your feet, like, it's like, all right, it's hack though. It's like literally hack too, but it's also just hack.
It's just hack. Like,
it's just too hack. Leave it alone. All right,
yeah,
what else? There's other funny things.
Yo, man, you know what's crazy about us Latinos, man? Latino girls are crazy and spicy. Like, oh God, bro, you motherfuckers, man, ain't nobody crazier than a Latina.
Yeah.
You know, that's crazy.
That shit works though for a lot of people.
But it's so fucking goofy, bro.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it.
Yo, we live this. We know. Like, we don't care about that.
It's hard to go on stage though and try to find the balance.
Well,
like,
I mean, bro, that show
original.
we just went and saw you at the other day did it pretty smoothly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody there had a pretty good idea of what they were talking about, and it was funny. That's what I'm saying. There's a balance. There's people who weren't meant to be doing this shit that jump on it and just make the shit mad corny.
It's very delicate to take a piece that, like, something like... It's hard to take a piece with some, like, deeper meaning and form it for it to hit and try to be funny.
Yeah.
Because, like, there are words that just trigger people and shit. People get on edge just by hearing certain things. Oh, what is he gonna say? You know?
Yeah.
And it's like it's like landmines up there.
Yeah.
But you gotta attempt it. And my whole shit was like, even bringing this up was like, I think a lot of like comedians out here are being like conduits and being used to sway the populace one way or another, and they're complicit in it. It's like you just being corny. You're not even realizing.
They're
it.
volunteering to make that happen.
Yeah, it's like, and then you can't say you're not doing that because that's exactly what you're doing. If you give somebody your platform, and there's some fucking,
Bro, you want to know how goofy the planet is right now? You got presidents showing up on like streamers, podcasts, like, no, like it's just a goofy time, bro. Like, it's just a goofy time. Some things just are what they are. I look at that shit and I just like, all right, man.
But on their end, if they're doing that, that's smart because that's what's in everybody's phone and head and their devices now.
Of course.
So it's like you kind of gotta go there, which is goofy.
I mean, at the same time, you don't have to. Like, that's a decision. It goes back to what you said. People are allowing that shit to happen because you could easily, when it comes to the streamer world, you can have a fucking guy like an Aiden Ross who has like Trump on his shit, right? He didn't have to do that. He's already massive. He just wanted to do that because he's a fucking whoever. I don't fucking know that kid. Like, who cares? I don't care about the reason why. That's the whole thing. A lot of this shit wasn't meant for us to give a fuck about. Once you start caring about these people, like, it doesn't matter no more. It's like, yo, it's lost. Like, the dude ain't a comedian. He just kind of sits there and talks shit. Like, why the fuck do I care about what this kid is saying? Why do I care that the president is on that street? Why do I care? Like, there's no reason for me to care about this. I'm either gonna watch it or I don't. I don't go into no comments shitting on nothing.
No,
I don't go on Facebook and, yo, this motherfucker's garbage. Fuck it. Like, bro, you're a young dude making your money and you doing something right because your shit is popping. All right? You got the internet in a chokehold. Do your thing. But then you gotta do like Kai Cenat, who is doing pretty much the same shit, but he has mad fun. He'll find ways to always elevate the platform. He has nothing but artists because he's a young dude who likes those artists. He fucks with all those rappers. He fucks with all those singers. That's his demographic. That dude understands his crowd. He understands his fan base. Nobody wants to see that no one wants to see him come up there with fucking a president. Like, nobody cares about this shit, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about that. You told about motherfuckers who was listening to fucking Sexy Red and bumping music and kicking it all day. Like, there's young kids chilling. Like, nobody, like, it's important, but at the same time, it's like, bro, not everything has to, like, fall in together. You know what I'm saying? Like, the internet and all that shit makes everything mad weird, bro. Like, it makes everything super strange. Like, I do, like, Theo Von popping up at conventions and, like, shaking hands with,
yeah.
You know, like, I mean, okay. What the fuck? I remember you from the real world. So,
yeah.
Or whatever it was. Road Rules, whatever. One of those fucking bum MTV shows. But It's like one of like, bro, he's a funny ass dude. He don't gotta do none of that. He just wants to. You know what I mean? Like he's been big for years. He's been funny for years. So it's not like that shit did anything for him. It just made people go, "Oh shit, he had who?" Or you know, like he's fucking with who? He said this about who? I'm not. It's just an example. I don't know if he said anything or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just kind of goofy the way people act like that shit. Oh, dude, I'm gonna do this just to fuck with people. You know? It's like, all right. Like when this TikTok ban happened, see how mad people started exposing themselves and saying shit like, "Oh, yo, I don't fuck with I never really did this. I never really ate all that food in my mukbang videos." Like that really happened. Like for example, like mad people once the ban hit, mad people started exposing that they were fake with their content. Like they had no foresight. Like they had no idea like, oh, you know, maybe I could migrate to another platform or
Yeah.
TikTok is going to be back, but that's the same to me it's the same mentality where it's like let me do this to get a reaction. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't have to do that. You're already massive. All you can do is hurt yourself doing that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, people were, I don't know, man. We're at a weird time, man.
I don't know.
You just gotta fucking find your peace, bro.
It's chill, bro. Like if you just cancel all this shit out, there's a lot of stuff that affects you obviously, but it's nothing new. It's everything we've already been through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers who act like the new presidency or whatever is like this grand change. It's like, bro, cut it out. Cut it out. We've been here before.
Yeah, there's always some turbulent times. There are differences though.
I'm not saying it in the sense where it's like, oh, everybody's panicking. Shut up. I'm saying it like they act like this man's like the fucking second coming of like Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, a lot of people think that this
It's
guy
like,
is
brother, just calm down.
Yo, I
Calm
found
down.
like it's funny like cuz you know for years motherfuckers like conspiracy people like I remember there was an old documentary about Obama being the Antichrist.
Uh-huh.
I don't believe this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't believe that's what it is, you know? I think this is all just like you know, the Bible too is philosophical people trying to fucking govern the world at the time and shit like that. I think that God is separate from all that shit. But people who call themselves pure Christians, bro, if you read the Bible, I'm like challenging family, like, yo, you believe this wholeheartedly. This guy, I don't think this, but I'm like, yo, Donald Trump sounds like this guy in here that they used to say was Obama. And I'm like, yo, it kind of sounds like this guy. Yo, yeah, he might be the Antichrist, man.
It's fucking goofy, bro.
which is funny to throw at people that really believe this.
Yeah.
Because you throw it at them and they gotta go, no, that's my guy. But I'm like, is he your guy?
Yeah, like.
Or you're being deceived. You could just rattle their whole world when you start playing with what they.
People acting like they know these people is just strange enough. That's like celebrity shit. Like the celebrity fandom of people who like act like they like to me, people who act like that are the same as people who like go to every hotel that a wrestler stays at and they stay in the parking lot to like get an autograph. That's cool as shit, but like when you do it all the time, you kind of come off weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like out here especially.
You give the vibe like a motherfucker that'll cut up a newspaper.
Yeah, like
send
a
a letter
shrine of shit. Like you motherfuckers are just strange.
Like, yo, don't do that shit with anybody.
I never this stupid, bro. Some real goofy shit going on. But it is what it is. It's where we at.
That's where we at, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we at for this fucking week. It's over.
Yeah.
It's over. I quit. I'm not coming back on the internet no more. If you want to see me, come see me live.
Yeah, right. Imagine that. We're just out.
I thought about doing that, just being like a live person.
A live person.
Like trying it old school.
Yeah.
Like, yo, just delete come see me live, but work on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that if you see me, I got some shit. Like, oh, he was great live. Where can we catch him again? You gotta come pay to see me. Which is, I feel like, is a business model not enough people are doing.
This is like real life Patreon. Oh, you gotta pay for me. You gotta pay for the content.
Yeah, you come see me.
Exclusive, but in person.
Yeah. Why should I put out everything?
A.K.A. a comedy show.
Yeah, you come to a comedy show, which is the way you should experience comedy. Come be amongst the people and feel what I gotta say. Maybe I'm good, maybe I suck. But come through.
But, you paid for it.
Yeah, you pay for it. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's it, man. Fuck it, bro. This is the end of the episode, man.
Yeah, we're just chopping it up, just talking. Got some
Yeah.
more stuff coming next week.
And every week after that, we're going fucking. How many weeks in the year?
This is
50.
52
I can't think of. It's 56,
52.
right?
It's 52. What's wrong with
It's
you
52?
people? Yeah, y'all serious?
Yeah, I cannot pinpoint. Anyway, we're going to be back for many weeks. For a lot of weeks.
I know.
It's 52, right?
Yeah.
I told y'all.
It's-
fucking guys over here. Yo, guys, we'll see you next week. I'm Mario Benitez.
And I'm Jose Ortiz. Later.